Alright, so welcome back, and we want to move on to the next thing. The next thing is let us quickly change the font that is on this screen. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go into the layouts real quick, and then you can see that inside the layout we have like a couple of fonts inside here. What we want to do is let's just make it simple. I think the template just did like a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, the template just comes with its own complexity, so let's just clear that, and we can just come here and also clear this one as well. Alright, then the next thing we want to do is we want to quickly come to the top here, and we will just change this font right here, and we want to just use open sans just like this. Alright, so now that we've been able to import that, we just copy that and put that inside here, and over here we can just replace this with font, a very simple name, and then here we just make it open just like that. Alright, then right after we've been able to do that, we just copy this font variable that we have inside here, and then inside the root layout right here we just say font dot class name just like that, and then that should quickly change the font family or the font style of our text inside our project. Right, so let me see real quick. Let us try to refresh and see the changes that have been made. Okay, it says this, but we already fixed that, so okay, I think we're going to have to wait a bit. Let me just pause the video, and then once it's done we just continue. Alright, so the freezing has stopped and we can just continue. So right after setting up the new font that we have right here, the next thing we want to look at is the metadata right here. So as you can see, we have create next app right here, and then we want to change it, so you can just give it any title you want. I would just say Discord clone right here. So yeah, I would just say that. You can write in anything, maybe group chat app or something. It's just up to you. Alright, so right after we are done naming this, we should see that the changes have been made right here right now, nice and clean. So now that we have that, the next thing we want to do is we want to look at how the file-based routing works inside next.js. Alright, so let us quickly come here and let us just create. So I'll say something like sample. So I'll say sample right here. There's a folder called sample right here. Then inside sample we have page.tsx right here. Alright, then inside this page.tsx right here, what we can do is, okay, it's been created. We are going to have to wait a bit. Alright, so we have the page.tsx inside the sample folder. So what we want to say, you can say RAFCE just like that, and then we just make sure that we change the name to sample just like that. Okay, there's some freezing going on for some weird reason, so yeah, it should work after a while. I'm coming, 1 second. Okay, so yeah, it has worked. So now that we have this sample right here, if we decide to go into this route right here, so I mean, as long as the folder name is inside the app folder, right, that would be the route. That would be the route for that page, right? So I'll just say slash, so slash right here, so slash sample right here, and then that should take us into this this route right here. So you can see sample shows up right here, right? And then understanding this, we can also look at a much more interesting concept like the organizational folders, because when you just create your folders and give them normal names, at the end of the day they end up becoming routes, right? So what we want to look at is organizational folder. So let's say I want to create like this authentication routes, right? So what I can do is I can just store them inside an organizational folder called auth, like this. We just make sure that we bring the brackets and then the name inside, right? Then inside the auth we can just pass in, you can just create our actual route. So we have what, login, right? And then we have register right here, we have register right here, just like how we always do it. All right, so now that we have these bad boys inside here, we can just come and create our page.tsx for each of them. So yeah, page.tsx for each of them, just like that. And then I can just copy that and then paste it inside here, just like that. We do our refce and then say something like login, do refce right here too as well. Oh yeah, this one had to be login instead. Okay, it looks like it's not responding. Okay, it's here, but we have to fix the spelling. Alright, so we have login right here. Then over here we just change it to, let's do refce, and then we change it to register, just like this, nice and clean. So you realize that under normal circumstances I have to go to app/auth/login, but because because we have the auth inside the brackets just like this, we do not have to do that. All we just have to do is to go to localhost 3000 slash what slash login, just like that, and then we would see the login text show up right here, like we have over here, like this, you see. So if we want to go to register, we can simply just enter register, just like that, and then once I hit enter, we should see the register text right here. All right, this is awesome. Now that we've been able to understand how organizational folders work inside app router, right, what we want to quickly do is let us quickly arrange them nicely in another organizational folder called routes, right, just like that. So we just put it inside here, routes, just like this, and then we just drag and drop it inside the routes folder. Okay, I think I'm facing a few. Okay, so I just drag and drop right here. So if I open up, if I close, nice and clean. So now that we have that, I think I can just get rid of this sample route that we have right here. And yeah, I think I wanted to explain one more thing. We can have like this organizational route right here can have how do we call it, we can have like a layout that can handle each and every single routes that is inside. So what do I mean by that? This thing can help us with like sidebars and all that stuff, but like let me give you a quick example. I'll just say layout, so I'll just say layout.tsx, just like this, and then inside the layout.tsx, let me just do a refc, then we can say something like auth layout, just like that. Then inside the auth layout, we just make sure that we pass in the children prop, and then we know that the type that we are going to set for the children is what, react node, just like that. All right, nice and clean. Then inside we can just pass in the children, just like this. All right, nice and clean. Then right after passing them inside, okay, right after passing them inside, what we can even do is we can just come and add a class name, and then the class name could be bg blue 500, just like that. And once we refresh, I think I need this to save, I need the file to save. So you can see that once I refresh, you can see that it's affecting each and every single route that is inside the same organizational route right here, nice and clean. I can even say H screen right here, and then it will fill up the whole screen nice and clean. All right, so now that we understand how this works, I think we can just, okay, yeah, I want you to see the difference. So you can see we are inside the register, right? Okay, we already deleted the sample route, so let's just go to the root. So you can see that it does not affect any of the other routes that are not inside the same organizational folder right here. All right, so now that we have been able to understand that, let us quickly look at how we are going to organize these files, especially this page.tsx that we have right here. So what we can do is, inside here we can just create a file called index, like an organizational file called index, just like this, and then we just then wait, before we drag and drop, you remember I mentioned that I like to put them inside the routes folder, just like that, over here, and then drag and drop just like this. All right, so if we still go into here, you realize that we still have the same page inside here, nice and clean. So yeah, that's basically it for setting up okay, let me do this. Yeah, so that's basically it for setting up folder structure in order for us to be able to start our Discord clone project. And then in the next one, we are going to be looking at how to set up our authentication. Right, so thank you very much for getting to this part, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.